So people from a athlete, a past student of Apple Grove High School, a teacher of Apple Grove High School currently, now running for the people of St. Thomas. We're talking about a well-known athlete, Mr. Wong himself.
God no. Find the best in entertainment news. Say God no. Him get the most views. Say God no. Baddest by YouTube. Say God no. And him just can't.
So people, as we say, Mr. Wong here with us running for Eastern St. Thomas, independent, running for Member of Parliament, ready to do the work for the people of St. Thomas. Mr. Wong, welcome, sir.
Thank you. Not too bad.
Blessings, man. Yeah, man. So tell me, why you take on this journey?
Well, actually, I didn't actually take on the journey,
Okay.
You see, I was afraid of politics.
Right.
For many, many years, up to about, say, May.
Right.
But then, the Lord told me that fight now.
Right.
While it's worth fighting for. And so, it took me 1 month before I could say to my wife. After I said to my wife, I asked her to pray about it. And 1 week later, she agreed. And so I have all the instruction what I am supposed to do. But the only thing God never tell me, say, boy, me I go win. Right. Or anything like that. You don't go say focus on doing what you can do and select those persons who have integrity to work with you. And so I know the mission that I have. I don't know the end result.
Right.
But I am seeing results right now because even with the reading intervention that we have been doing now for over 6 months, we are reaping the benefit. We have close to 100 people across St. Thomas. We have a few persons from eastern side of Portland there. We even have persons from west, at least one person from West St. Thomas who is a part of the program. Right now we had a gentleman who he couldn't read, none at all, nearly 70 years old. And he's reading today. He gave his testimony last week at church.
So this reading thing that you're doing right now, right? Is this a thing that you're looking to expand on a wider base right across Jamaica, not just within this region?
Yes, we want to build a reading academy.
Okay.
All right, and it will be good. Once I become the Member of Parliament for Eastern St. Thomas,
right,
then I will sell this to the other parishes. So we want a reading academy. It will be more than just a reading academy because we want to increase the employability of the persons here in Eastern St. Thomas. So we'll have a place there whereby it will have all the resources that the schools need. So if they have challenges with these kids in primary school or high school, wherever you send them there, with adult, you send them there and all the resources will be there to diagnose them and to aid them in getting where they're supposed to go. So that's what I am looking at.
So now, if a person see this now, hear what you're doing, how they can actually apply for the school, like how they can reach out to you to apply for the school?
Well, it's simple. Just call me at 876-494-7070. Once we get to diagnose you, then we also work online, you understand? So we will send information to the person via WhatsApp, and if needs be, we can even use Google Meet, and I even have a free Zoom account, so we can also use that in order to help individuals. The first meeting is very, very important because, as I said, I have persons in Bath, Willowfield, License, one person in Yalas, have person from Manchiniel come right back, and persons are reaching out to me. So a partner with Golden Grove Primary School. I haven't been so much present from week, but they invited me just the other day to be a part of their literacy day, whereby I was Ninja Turtle because it was costume day, so I dressed up as Ninja Turtle. And last year I was there at Licensed Primary as guest speaker for the Read Across Jamaica Day there. So persons are reaching out, and it's very good.
All right, running for Member of Parliament, and you're doing this independent, right? And we know that independent is kind of difficult to get things, right? The funding wise and all of these things. Now, you're taking on this big challenge. How important is this for you to represent for the people of St. Thomas?
All right, this is it. I wish I didn't have to.
Right.
But what I've noticed is that persons come and they would, whatever work they're doing now going to election, that's the most work you're going to get done. So this is it. They will give people things at this point, and then for the next 4 or 5 years, then nothing. So may I flip the chart.
Right.
So what I'm doing now, I'm working, calling persons to partner with me. I'm showing the persons that, it's not just about money. Because what are you saying to your child is that if you don't have money, you cannot be the next prime minister, even if you have education. I am a teacher by profession, so I get teaching salary, and I do farming and whatever it is. So what is it that I'm going to be using to finance myself? It have to come from the teaching salary, because I am not a puppet, so nobody pulling my strings. So I'm not going to get somebody now because they have money. I'm going to sell my soul. No, I am going to be working with the people. So I have about 30 plus persons presently who are not politicians, who are part of a campaigning group outside of those persons that I have that are politicians. And these individuals who are part of my team there, if somebody need help and I call upon them, we come together, we put monies together, we put whatever together, and we help people. So this is a different kind of approach from what they are persons are used to.
You know? And one of the things that I noticed since I've been here, I've been talking to people, right? And I noticed that people are always talking about that people coming from the outside to represent St. Thomas. We never have somebody within St. Thomas. Now, you grow up around this area, right?
Yes.
You're well known around this area. What is the response with the people, with you doing what you're doing now?
I'm glad you asked. To tell you the God Almighty truth, I'm a bit surprised.
Right.
Because if I speak to 10 persons, maybe one somebody give me something negative. The Gen Z, the younger folks, no negativity. So what I'm saying, I am getting support beyond. I have hundreds of supporters. I want to multiply that into thousands. When we did an internal survey in September, we sent out the thing. There's this thing on Google, something straw, something another, and we did it. Did the survey. We didn't collect any information, so we don't know who did it, who are the persons who participated. We had 52 persons who participated in that survey, and 46 persons said in September that if the election was supposed to take place, they would have voted for me. 3 persons said they wouldn't vote for me. 3 said maybe. And then so I just shut down it. You understand? And that's from September to have, you know, 46 out of 52. I know it's a small survey, you understand? And I don't know. They sent it out there just to know that.
I love that. I love that.
So it's great. It's encouraging. I believe that if it's God's will, we can win. It's not impossible.
Nothing is.
1970 something is the last time anybody run as independent member of parliament, and nobody from has never gotten more than 800 and odd vote. And so everything here is actually sturdy, because I anticipate that so far I should even have more than that that amount of persons. But you know, persons are individuals, and we don't own them, so it is not fair to count people and say this one have to vote for you and that one. So I believe, you know, what they are saying outside here, that I am the best candidate in terms of you know, both parties, you know, JLP, PNP. They are saying that if I should represent any of the parties, then we must win according to the people. But they are saying because it's independent, especially those persons whom the older folks, these die-hearted individuals, they are saying that because I'm running independent, that the only reason I'm going to lose is independent, and that I am too much of an honest person to run independently, and I'm also a Christian, so I shouldn't run. But we said, Eternal Father, bless our land and guide us with thy mighty hand.
So you're going independent. No, this is JLP, PNP. You know, they have the massive funding, right?
So it seems as if we have a support right here too. So, you know, we're not running with anybody, you know.
So, you know, they have the massive funding on both sides, right? Now, you're going independent. What if a person wants to say, hey, you know what, I like your vision, I like the mindset, I like the aim, right? We know your determination already from school days coming up. You know, we know your determination. Now, we know if you should win, we know that you're going to do good by the people, because you already been doing that. We see when you keep the football thing around by the school, right? That organization thing that your thing was a corner league. We see
I wasn't the leader of that, but I participated. I had a team, was a part of it
we
there.
See that, you know, so we know the determination. Now, if a person wants to say, hey, they want to fund you, like, how can they go about it? Do you have like PayPal or these things set up where people can fund?
Well, I don't have a PayPal set up. For the reading intervention, I had a GoFundMe there, but as I said, that persons can reach out, because it is very, very important too that dependent on how much, you know, funds they're going to offer, you need to know what persons are expecting in return, you know, because you can't take money from everybody.
And we love that.
You understand? So when it comes down to the principle there, because you know, trust me, even the plans that we have, I know I'm jumping overboard, but you know, I have to push in this. You know, we have all of the youngsters who are well educated from this region are on my team.
Right.
That I know. You know, so we have plans to turn fruits and another food kind into powder, making 2 factories there. I want to get this out. And we actually have the plan.
I heard you talk about that you do farming, right?
Yes.
And we know that agriculture was a big thing back then here in St. Thomas, right?
Yes.
Now, let's just ask, would that be something that you would work on a major scale where we can be able to export things from St. Thomas?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Having 2 factories to turn fruits into powder will encourage diversity in farming. You understand what I'm saying? So we see whereby this can be, you know, we can employ more persons than the sugar factory ever did.
Right.
You understand? So breadfruit into powder, plum into powder. You understand? Mangoes into powder. Even though we did not come up with this kind of concept of turning things into powder.
Right.
But what really happened is that this is not something that has been practiced in Jamaica here, around the world. So we want Eastern St. Thomas to be a place whereby the other parts of Jamaica and the world here, so they come for their thing. So we want to build a stadium.
Right.
You understand? I mean, an athletic stadium here too. You get what I'm saying there? Right. So what that is going to do, Eastern Champs would be in Eastern St. Thomas.
Which
you understand what I'm saying? When they're doing all of these gala and these conferences and whatever it is, would be right here in Eastern St. Thomas. And so Parchment could actually coach here. We could have an athletic club, and we're looking at even having a football stadium here too, because I've seen places where we can get this. We're going to have more A, B, and B. You get what I'm saying there? It's going to bring life to the place. We see whereby we can permanently solve the water situation. So instead of buying water trucks, we just deal with pump houses and invest more in solar energy.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So we can do it. So having the reading academy, people are more employable.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And we also have a crime plan. And that one was shared with some police officers already. Shared, even though I'm not in office yet, shared with some pastors. I think it's called Community United Team Effort. CUTE. CUTE. That falls under an initiative that I have called Behavior and Attitude for Greatness, BAG. And that's where the reading intervention falls under. So we want to hopefully to get even Isaac Barron to be more of even a mini hospital. Get these things up and running. You understand?
Right. Because we need more than that.
And so I'm looking at, I've already spoken to some of my people there, because my right-hand man have a master's in finance, and his wife have a master's in finance. And so we're looking at having a team that is responsible for job creation.
Right.
So I'm not coming here to looking at the traditional job. We want to create jobs, because we're creating from scratch.
Right.
You understand? I'm looking at whereby, as an independent person, just as what the Prime Minister would have done and the Minister of State, I want to go overseas and to form alliances with different regions there and to get people from here. I want Eastern St. Thomas to be seen as the most peaceful place on earth, just as our Port Royal, the opposite, was seen as the wickedest place on earth at one point in time. Because Eastern St. Thomas can do that. We have the resources. We have what we need. So when persons from outside, I'm not fighting against anybody, come inside and invest and do whatever they're doing, they take the money back to where they're from.
And nothing is being
So we
done.
want to encourage those persons who gone out to make it, to provide the opportunity where they can come back over the money can be spent here.
Right. We love that. We love that.
You understand? So it's a lot of things. We have some real health plan. We see whereby we can put some stuff in place, because one of the things now is that Princess Margaret Hospital, many of the evenings they have just one doctor there working, and there's a problem with doctors being paid for overtime. So I have put together a system, a thing in place now, or we would go about compensating doctors and nurses so we can have them right here. You understand? So it's a comprehensive thing.
That's one thing.
Don't want to roll out the whole detail.
Which is right, because you know people will steal your ideas, right?
And actually, if they steal it, then that's good if they steal it and use it.
Right.
Because it's actually to get the thing done. Because I'm independent. I don't care who get the thing done. I just want to get to be done.
Right.
A matter of fact, if I can see everything being done, then there will be no need for me to run as independent member of parliament.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's one thing that I noticed. The major problem that we have within the hospital. You know what I mean? We see that, you know, patients have been taking forever to be seen. You know, I went down there the other day, and there's one thing that I observe, and you know, is where I see doctors just sitting down and patients is out here and there on TikTok. You know, and I was like,
well, maybe those doctors, it was their shift. Maybe they were a bit early, and then just off.
So that was when they were approached. You know, they said that they haven't got any document and so forth. So, you know, I see that where things can be tightened up, and I'm glad that you touched on that point. You know, that's one thing that you would look at too.
I might not be able to deal with this the entire Jamaica, but we can start from Eastern St. Thomas, man.
I mean, that's all it
you understand? We can start from right here. So we want to have a more family oriented kind of approach. We want to reculture the people, whereby you look at the politician as, okay, they are the boss, they are servant leaders. That's what I am, a servant leader. And just as how it would work in the Bible, when somebody go to the king for help and the king don't have the answer, then the king would, you know, ask them to come back and seek the answer so that they can get it. So I believe that we should never turn away. If we say that we are councillors, member of parliament, we're not supposed to turn away anybody